This is the Relevant Podcast.
It's episode 952, and it's the Relevant Podcast here in Orlando. I'm your host, Cameron Strang, and joining me from my living room here in Orlando, it's Jesse Carey.
Hello, hello.
No, literally, he's literally in the other room right now. So
we tried the same room. We tried the same room, but I'm too boisterous to be located.
It was maddening. So I banished him to the other side of the house. From Austin, Texas, author, speaker, podcaster, Jamie Ivey.
Hey, guys.
And from Nashville, Tennessee, artist, producer, and mogul, Derek Miner.
What up?
What up? Man, if you are listening to this episode on Friday, thank you, because that means you're a Relevant Plus subscriber. Early adopters, we appreciate you. If you're hearing this on Monday, that means you have not yet experienced the wonders and joy of being a Relevant Plus subscriber. You should go check it out. You will get this episode or this podcast ad-free and released early. If you didn't hear last episode, we told you all about it. We just launched Relevant Plus on the 15th, last Tuesday. And it's exciting. We have an enhanced digital magazine. We have an exclusive podcast that we're releasing. And then this podcast will be ad-free and released early for subscribers. So go check that out if you haven't yet. So there you go. So that's why we're not doing the date at the beginning anymore. We're saying episode 952 because who knows when you're going to hear it. That's kind of...
Well, Cameron, no matter what day they're listening, the day it's recorded is March 15th, which everyone knows is the birthday of both Michael Scott and Cameron Strang. So,
and
happy
Eva
birthday. Yeah,
happy birthday, Cameron.
Yeah,
thank
birthday,
you. It is now
happy
3
birthday,
episodes that we
homie.
mentioned my birthday. Thank you, guys. This is great.
This is a month-long celebration.
Listen, you officially black because black people celebrate their birthday for a whole week, whole month. It's birthday month. Like, that's what it is.
You're coming
you know
down. You're coming down in 2 weeks. I'm still taking that as birthday.
We celebrate, baby.
Hey,
you know, I was gonna come in on the day. I gotta come 2 weeks late so we can do the black birthday. 2 weeks later. You know what I'm saying?
And my whole thing is like, okay, after my birthday, I'm gonna start working out. I gotta get ready for this race and fall. Okay, I gotta start getting on the horse again. And then like, well, no, Derek's coming. I can't be all working out and healthy when Derek's here.
You take a little break.
For that. And then we're gonna be in Wyoming a few weeks after that. So might as well just start after Wyoming.
Don't do that. Cause look,
I know.
I'm letting you know, I'm already down 10 pounds, baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm down 10 of them things.
Wow.
I'm down 10 of them things, man. You know what I'm saying?
What are you doing?
You know what?
Well, y'all did the big challenge in December.
I did the 45-day challenge. That definitely helped. But you know what? There's a guy I look up to. I really, really like him. His name is David Goggins. And I remember seeing a video that he did. And he said he's running. Like, this dude is always hardcore. So he's like running in the middle of Phoenix, Arizona at 120 degrees. He said, there's a lot of people that are like, yo, why am I so fat? He said, well, it's because you're eating too much effing food. And I was like, dang. I was like, that's
something's never been truer.
I was like, yo, that's actually correct. Like, it's like, yo, maybe if I just like lower my portion size and try. So what I've been doing is just like if I go to, like, I haven't been starving myself, but like I like Chick-fil-A. So if I go to Chick-fil-A, maybe I skip the waffle fries, right? You know what I mean?
There you go.
Or, you know what I mean? Like, just trying to like find ways that I could cut. That's like, okay, I'll still be fulfilled, but I won't be like over it, like dead.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
When you go to Chick-fil-A, if you don't want to eat the bread because you want to be a little healthier, get the nuggets and then get a side of pickles and make you a pickle nugget sandwich. Thank me later. I'm just saying, thank me later.
That sounds a little bit weird. I ain't gonna even lie. That sounds a little bit weird.
Try it and let me know. You just say, can I have some extra pickles? And you put a nugget in between 2 pickles and there's your sandwich and it's so good.
So what I have been doing though, I have been getting the nuggets and then I'll just do like the kale crunch salad. You know what I'm saying?
There you go. Small changes.
You know, just like so small things. And like literally 10 pounds. And I'm still making my lattes.
I would like to speak up for the women though, because this is all great that you guys can do this. I say that men can go like take a number 2 and lose 10 pounds. It's not that easy for us women. Y'all go ask the women in your life. Every woman that's listening right now is like, I hate you, Derek, because I substitute kale and that don't do nothing for me. So I'm happy for you, but I need to speak up for the women because men just drop weight like that.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like all in or all out. That's my issue is like, I can't do,
I know you've said
it's
that.
a struggle for me to do moderation. You know what I mean? Like just to live moderate is boring. let's go all the way or go all the way. You know what I mean? So like for me, I'm like, I'll go up 20, 30 and I'll go down 30. I mean, it's just like, bam, bam, you know, like
we got to
like
get you ready for this marathon though, bro. I cannot be, bro. When is the marathon?
August, first week in August.
I missed this announcement. Can you tell me what you're doing?
Man.
Well, it's called Hood to Coast. I did this a few years ago.
Oh yeah, my brother has done that a handful of times.
It's not a marathon. It's a 24-hour relay race. So you have a team and you run from 5,000 feet elevation on Mount Hood near Portland, and you run down the mountain and through Portland to the beach. And it takes 24 hours. And so you have a team of like 6 or 8 other people. You're going to run about 20-ish miles, but you're going to do it in chunks, like 3 different segments. And then you're like in a van while your relay members, where your teammates are going. Right. You're just in a van waiting for 3-4 hours and you're up for 24 hours. It is a grueling endurance thing. I did it a few years ago to raise money for World Vision, clean water projects. And that's why I'm running with Team World Vision again, and we're going to be raising money. So this summer I'm going to be hitting everybody up for some donations, but you know,
bro, that's why we got to get
my brother.
Right,
he runs for World Vision too. And he is like, he's a legit, like he runs marathons every year. Like he's a legit runner. Oof.
Yeah, no, I'm the guy that's there because I can raise some money. I'm not there because we're going to win the race. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm there because they need some people to raise 13 grand.
You could, Cameron, if we don't celebrate your birthday for 3 months, then you know what I'm saying? Like, well, maybe so we can get on the right track.
What happened last time was, I mean, I was ready, but I waited too late in the year to really start training because. You know, again, if I'm off the wagon, I'm off the wagon. And then to get back on, I just kind of went shock and awe, right? I went all in, you know, and went too hard. And a couple weeks into my training, I had a stress fracture in my foot because I just was like, I overdid it. You know what I mean? And so like, then I was sidelined for 6 weeks. And so I really wasn't ready for the race. It was a struggle. And so this year I'm going to pace myself, and literally starting tomorrow, I'm going to start my daily kind of like working myself up to it. So you know, I'm joking. I won't be waiting for Derek to come to get ready, but I'm starting tomorrow. I was like, once Jesse's gone, real life starts. So, you know,
we got to do it for the kids, man. We got to do it for the kids.
Well, yeah, and that's, I know. But all of you guys have such good, like solid, you know, nutritional or fitness strategies, whether it's, you know, hacks to, you know, make food less caloric, you know, fitness programs, watching David Goggins, you know, training stuff. I go more the James Harden. I play my way back into shape. Now, the problem is I podcast professionally for a living. So it takes a lot of podcasts to burn any actual physical calories. But it's the only strategy I got. The only one I'm comfortable with.
That's actually, dude, that's been my issue, actually, is not what I eat. It's my extreme lack of like movement because
we
for
sit
3
all
years
day.
I've been at this house, and when I was out, we had an office and whatever, like my routine was on the way to work, I'd stop by the gym, and it was just built into my schedule. And now if I got to start work at 8:30, I'm getting up at 8:25. I'm not like going to work out at 6. I'm just not. And so it's just been tough for me to like get into a new era or a new routine. I think I went into this season thinking it was like temporary, and it'll be kind of like, you know, a break. And then like all of a sudden I look up, it's been stinking 2-3 years, and it's like, you know, so I got to get back on the horn. That's why I set that goal. I need a deadline. I need a reason to get going. And so that's why I signed up for the race, was just like, I got to force myself to, you know, get back into a new era, you know.
Let's do this.
I'm so happy you're doing that. I love that race.
Yeah, it's a memory. It's crazy. And we get to go to the Nike employee store, and we get like all the Nike stuff for 40% off, 50% off.
Oh,
so.
wow.
Okay.
Makes it all worth it.
They're one of the sponsors.
You know, you can bring, Cameron,
totally.
You can bring friends to be drivers. So like Derek can be driving your van.
Yeah.
That is very true.
That would be awesome.
Party
that's
van.
That's all I would be doing too, is driving, because I'm definitely not running. I'm gonna let you know that now. Just don't even ask me if they have if they got a basketball tournament, I'll play in that. But
there we go.
I'm not running. I'm not running for no reason. If I'm running from something or after something.
I'm either chasing or being chased. Yeah.
I I am like, I like weight training. I like basketball. I like playing sports. I do not like running. I can't run. I hate it. And that's why I signed up for it. It's like that thing that scares me the most.
Okay. I got you. You want to conquer that. Got you.
Yeah.
Okay,
and it's public. People are donating. I have accountability. I'm part of a team. Right. You know what I mean? I can't quit on myself. I can't quit on everybody else. So I literally force myself to go in a situation where I'm in over my head. I can't, this isn't, and it's challenging me, and you grow through that, so it's like face your fears,
I love that you like that, because me, bruh, I've been done let all the kids down, let down all my team, if they have to go, if they go and run it,
Derek's just like, man,
everybody down, bro. I'm there.
There's a Chick-fil-A over there.
I'm finna go make me a pickle sandwich real quick.
Right. We're in a bad situation. The band's about to run out of gas. And I'll tell you this, I ain't running to get to the gas station. So someone's going to
hey, look,
hopefully
it's already $8 a gallon up here in Portland, so we got to.
From what I understand, this is one long big downhill. Can we just pop her in neutral, just get some momentum?
Let's get out of here. Let's go to
Donuts. Hey, running down a mountain is actually, I'm not saying it's harder than running up a mountain, but it is hard. And it's not a straight down thing, because you have the up and down and up and down and up and down. So you're like, it's hard both ways. It is grueling.
Now, because really this is one, this isn't like you're qualifying for the Olympics here, right? This is for charity in terms of like the rules.
Correct.
So all I'm saying is,
no, they do. No, listen, professional racing teams do race in this race. I mean, like teams internationally come. This is like a bucket list race for like long distance runners. And then me. Like literally, like how did I get here? People are like professional; they are paid to run this race. It's like, and then me. But
all
whatever.
I'm saying is, if you had some sort of Healy situation going on, like, and you would just kind of, because if this is a downhill,
it's not all downhill. It's not. But it's not all downhill.
If there's stretches, and you're just kind of coasting Healy style,
just
out of sight. I'm just saying, like you're still raising the money. It's not like anything unethical is happening. It's not like you're cheating at an event that's gonna like hurt someone else. You're still gonna raise the money. You're just thinking smarter, not harder. If it doesn't specifically say in the rules Heelys are prohibited, then I don't know why. I don't know what's preventing you from just giving it a shot.
Everybody don't have Heelys. I'm with you.
I'm sure it says that in the rules, Jesse. I'm sure.
Are you?
I'm sure.
You read the fine print?
Yeah, have you? Because I don't know if they would have thought to add that. Like, no one's coming out in here in Heelys, right? We don't need to get a lawyer
I'm
in
sure
here.
There's a provision of no wheels or vehicles or apparatuses. It's running only. I'm sure. Anyway, we have a great show in store for you today. You know who doesn't have a problem running and being in shape? Our guest today, Ryan Reynolds. Little mega star is on the show, Ryan Reynolds. He's actually the cover story of the spring issue of Relevant. Relevant Plus subscribers got the issue this week, the enhanced tablet magazine, ad-free, early release, the whole thing. They've already experienced it. The public release of the issue will be this coming Monday, but Ryan Reynolds is the cover story. He's in a new movie just released on Friday on Netflix called The Adam Project. It's fantastic. You should go watch it. We talked to him about that and a lot more. So that's coming up later.
Did you talk to him about Deadpool 3, though? That's the question from the comic book nerd.
Tyler is the one who did the interview. I'm sure he wove in a few Deadpool questions.
If you drop the ball on this, we're going to do a game, and I'm going to be the person that's going to be doing Marvel questions for you, buddy.
So it's a Deadpool game, but in Tyler Huckabee, it's actually just be a lot of questions about pools and pool leagues and the Dead Sea,
swimming pools.
And yep.
So it's gonna be like, hey, in Deadpool 3, it's expected to come out in this time, and Kendrick Lamar released a song called Swimming Pools. What 808 did he sample to use for the drums?
You got it.
That's a Tyler question. You're like,
that's a Tyler question.
How did we get here?
All right. And at the end of the show, last week we were doing a little table topics, a little road trip conversation game. We're going to continue that this week. We have that coming up. But stay tuned right now. Coming up next, Tyler joins us for Relevant Buzz.
I found where I belong, here in your loving arms. I'm running home.
You're listening to Switch. The song is Invited. Today's podcast is brought to you in part by Mercy Ships. Globally, 5 billion people lack access to surgical care. In sub-Saharan Africa, there's only one surgeon for every 200,000 people. Mercy Ships provides free, life-transforming surgeries for people who have little to no access to medical care. They help the blind see, straighten twisted limbs, remove deadly tumors, treat cleft conditions, and so much more. With state-of-the-art hospital ships, they provide safe surgery to children and adults living with treatable conditions, and it's completely free of charge. They do all this work with an all-volunteer crew of professionals who donate their time and talents. Surgeons, stewards, nurses, engineers, and more make the world a better place. Your donation today provides free, safe surgeries to people in desperate need of help. All gifts are matched, so please donate today at mercyships.org/relevant. Today's podcast is brought to you in part by Tim Tebow's book, Look Again. Have you ever wondered what would change if you truly believed you were infinitely valuable to God? In his New York Times bestselling book, Look Again, Tim Tebow reveals the powerful truth that when we learn to see the image of God in every person, including those we struggle to love, everything changes. Tebow shares incredible stories from his work with people the world often overlooks, and it will challenge you to stand up to the lies, rediscover the worth that everyone has, and impact the world for good. Find Look Again by Tim Tebow, available now wherever books are sold. Okay, it's time for
Relevant Buzz.
Please welcome to the show, Relevant Senior Editor Tyler Huckabee, telling us what's happening this week. Hey, Tyler.
Hey, everybody.
Tyler, it's good to see you, man.
Hey, yeah, it's good to see all of you guys too. And I heard a little chatter, and I want to get the Deadpool. I want to prepare the Deadpool fans right now. That news had not come out yet when I talked to Sean Levy, or I would have asked him a Deadpool question, but the story broke after our conversation. So I'm sorry, Derek, but next time.
Well,
I think we forged a lifelong bond, and he will be back on the show many, many times in the future for late-breaking Deadpool.
I'm just
news.
glad I know you have a lot of buzz. I'm just glad you're in the seat this morning, because we did some hot takes out here at Cameron's house the other day.
Oh, yeah, Tyler was here for a couple days.
Tyler was here.
He just left.
Had a good time.
Yeah.
Had a great time.
Tyler was here, and we got some deep convos. I mean, talked about a lot of things in that hot tub.
What are hot tub hot takes, if you don't mind?
Derek, you will experience this in 2 weeks.
No, I will not.
I have a hot tub. Hey, I have a hot tub over by the lake, by the pool, right? We have a hot tub. You've been in it. You've been here.
The hot tub is fire, but I'm like, hot tub hot takes. That sounds strange.
Whenever Jesse comes, we're out there late at night.
Very strange.
And there's some relaxation devices that we might participate in.
Ice cream
Makes it
sundaes.
sound way senior than it actually is.
Milkshakes, ice cream sundaes.
Milkshakes.
We have a whole milkshake bar set
Relaxation
up.
devices in a hot tub.
That seems shady.
And
I'm just saying, when you not making it sound better, bro.
listen, when you have milkshakes,
you're not making it sound less nefarious.
Derek, when you have milkshakes and you have friends and you have
What
a late
kind
night
of
hot
hot
tub, conversation just flows loosely and freely, and tends to be a lot of hot tub hot takes that happen, and they're very memorable conversations. That's all it is. So
I'll say
we had a
that
few of those.
We ended up talking deep into the night, and Tyler had to catch an Uber and fly back, and actually was on a recording with Relevant later that morning. I was just rolling out of bed, and Tyler was already across the country. Takes got so hot. Me and Tyler eventually, Cameron went to bed, and then Tyler and I eventually, and I was like, all right, man, have a safe trip, get a couple hours sleep. As soon as my head hit the pillow, I heard his phone alarm go off that his Uber was there. And I was like, okay, that's a long day. He is fresh out of the hot tub into the Uber. So Tyler, congrats on hope
It
you caught
wasn't
up
the
on
bet.
some rest.
Yeah, yesterday work got done, but I don't remember what it was. I don't know what I said, and I'll be honest with you guys. I don't know what I published. We ran things on the site. Something happened, but I do not recall running any of those. So I hope that nothing. Sometimes the hot tub hot take lasts into the morning. And that's dangerous, because then I'm in the back end of relevantmagazine.com, and I'm just launching them out into just willy-nilly slingshotting them into the ether.
I did think it was strange that Relevant ran a listicle yesterday called 5 relaxation devices that'll get your hot tub with a lot more hot takes. And it was some bizarre stuff, and good work, Tyler.
I was actually going to say that I feel sad I have never been invited to this hot tub thing, but I don't know if Aaron would let me come to this hot tub with all these relaxation devices in there. I don't know what's happening here.
It would be fun. All I'm saying is we're not finna do none of that when I come down there.
Dude, I went to bed at 2:30 thinking the night was ending. They went till 5. No joke. The two of them were out there talking till 5.
Dead.
It was.
I was in a 103-degree hot tub for like over an hour. I was done. You know what I mean? And they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna hang a few more minutes."
Onions and some carrots and some green peppers, a little salt and pepper.
Little Tyler's still going on.
Getting chefed up.
Oh man! All right, so what's going on this week, Tyler?
All right, so that's not really what the subject of the buzz, but there are a few things to talk about that are happening in the world this week, and they do not have to do with my own personal hot takes on these issues. One big one. We'll start with this one. I think this is kind of interesting, and I'd be interested in y'all's take on it. Who are you guys all like? Would you consider yourself regular TikTok users? Like, what's your level of TikTok usage and like
when my friend sends me one to look at, I look at it. That's my use.
So you just wait for like the natural daily. Like, if a good one hits, somebody will send it to you.
I check in daily.
Mm-hmm.
I'll watch like the viral-ish ones, but or
right.
I
kind of assume the good stuff will find me. I don't really go to TikTok all that often. But obviously, a lot of people do it.
I've added it to my home screen right next to Instagram. So like I'm like I want to be more conscious to stay plugged in to TikTok. Sure. You know what I mean? Like it's different. Like the viral videos on Instagram are different than the viral videos on TikTok. So just checking in.
I think they have the most addictive algorithm of any app. Like you can get lost 1,000%. On the explore page of TikTok like you can on no other, more than Instagram,
1,000%.
More than Twitter, more than any of them. I feel like TikTok just knows how to suck you in. And that's part of the subject of this
conspiracy, you know. Hey, did you hear this? Did you hear this
Scratch
theory?
that one.
No. It's true. Did you hear this theory about TikTok algorithm? That apparently the rumor is that the TikTok algorithm in China, because it's a Chinese-owned company, favors clips on engineering or invention or creation or things that are productive to society. And that the conspiracy is that the American algorithm is stupid dances and mindless stuff to numb a generation. And their generation is drawn toward excelling, and our generation is drawn toward
being
dumb dances. For real. I heard this and I'm going, you know what? That would be genius if they did that. That would be genius.
That'd be the most
down American society.
That could be deliberate, like sinister powers, or that could just be Americans are just dumber. Like it could just be like,
look, comrade. Hey, comrade. Sorry, I don't want viral, entertaining content about programming or how to be more productive at work. Give me a new Applebee's dance right now. Just put it in my veins. That's what I want.
But can you imagine if they were actually manipulating the algorithm that way? That would be so genius for competitive advantage.
Evil genius.
I'd like to think that we're working so hard during the day that we need to just rest with nothing at night after work. That's what I like to think about us.
No, because it's a labor shortage. Ain't nobody working. It's a labor shortage. Ain't nobody working. They too busy dancing.
It's true.
So what we're dealing with this is per, obviously this is TikTok has become very big, especially among teenagers here in the U.S. And state attorney generals across the country have officially announced a nationwide investigation into the harmful effects that TikTok is having on young users. This is according to the AP attorney generals from California, Florida, Kentucky, Nebraska, New Jersey, Massachusetts, Tennessee, and Vermont. So we're almost all represented there, except a good chunk of us. No Texas, but we're I'm sure it's heading that direction too. The are leading the investigation, according to California AG Rob Bonta. Said, quote, our children are growing up in the age of social media and many feel like they need to measure up to the filtered versions of reality that they see on their screens. We know this takes a devastating toll on children's mental health and well-being. And now the point of this investigation is to figure out what exactly that toll is and if there needs to be some more regulation around TikTok's responsibility to protect the mental health of their users and what sort of effects it might be having on them. Don't have a lot of details beyond that right now, like what that kind of regulation could look like or how they're going to measure the mental health of TikTok users, but it's something they are officially launching to try to do. And it could be really interesting. That could obviously have a lot of effects on other, like, US based companies like Meta too, if it really proves successful with TikTok.
I'm kind of conflicted on things like this, where I understand there's a need to have the capacity to recognize the mental and social effects of things like TikTok or Instagram or algorithms. But I also feel like, do we want government institutions dictating what kind of content we're allowed to look at? You know what I mean? Like when we were kids, it's like we didn't have social media, but it's like, do I want them telling me I can or can't watch Saved by the Bell because it's going to create a false perception of image and high school relationships or whatever? I can see, like I said, a need to understand, but when it's talking about regulating the type of content people are allowed or are permitted to see, I don't like to get into
does. I mean, you can't. There's standards and practice on every broadcast show. You can't curse on broadcast television. I mean, they do.
But doesn't this feel like a subjective morality thing? Like it's subjective as like who gets to say where's the line? Like like my parents would have said we want to ban MTV, but like that's not really. That's like their own moral value. It feels very subjective to me. And again, I'm with you, Jesse. We're like I think there's a problem. I think this needs to be addressed. But it is kind of a thing of like who's in charge of saying where the line is, because I think that person or that group or whatever, that's a hard decision to make because that doesn't feel fair.
Because the FCC was originally regulating like public airwaves, like things that were sort of mutually sort of shared, where like an app that I download on my phone, I don't, I'm not using public airwaves to do that. Like I understand that the FCC's like reach has extended beyond that, but that's what it was. The original intent is to have some sort of rails for what can be broadcast on public frequencies, and it's evolved since then. But the internet has definitely kind of opened things up. But again, I'm not saying it's necessarily a bad thing, but I do think it's one of those things where overreach from regulatory institutions is always something just to be aware of.
Your libertarianism is showing.
I'm Jesse. I'm with you. This is my issue though, because my issue is if you regulate, like right now, we're like, okay, rational regulations. We're rational people, and we're going to regulate this beyond what we haven't done good enough to regulate. Right? Let's regulate more. The more freedoms you take away, as far as choice is concerned, what happens when somebody that's more nefarious is in control of those regulations? Then they become oppressive. So that's kind of what I'm saying in this situation with social media. I'm like, we can't okay, if it's in a public space, right? Radio makes sense. Television makes sense. My phone, I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah. The slippery slope thing is real. Like trying to address helping younger kids not, whatever, have mental health. Fine, great. But you're right. Then what? And who's the one making the call? And what's the standard? And how's this precedence applied across the board?
Yeah.
Right. What if you do all that regulation and it still doesn't change anything as far as their mental health? What if the mental health crisis has nothing to do with social media, but it has? Yeah, exactly.
Right,
so I'm like, regulating in this way, I'm like, the more you add as far as regulations in this way, it's just gonna the rabbit hole gets deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper, and it's not always productive. So I think I'm with Jesse on this one for sure.
Yeah,
regulating something that 14-year-olds and 40-year-olds use feels difficult as well. Like it doesn't affect me the same as it does my daughter, and so I feel like that's like a conversation inside the Ivy household of how we manage that.
I think my gut is that they would try to do the thing that because specifically this was about younger users on TikTok, like kids even. And so like, I think they would probably have almost like movie rating systems, the G, the PG, the whatever for age appropriate content. And like, that would be my gut, is that if you register as an 11-year-old, your experience on TikTok would be very different content than a unfiltered adult. You know what I mean? So that would be my gut, but again, it seems arbitrary. And
they need to put the engineering. Give us the Chinese algorithm. Then give us the engineering.
Raise up a generation, challenge them, inspire them with the engineering and mathematics.
Can we be real? Like TikTok teens, I'm sure I'm sure there's mental health issues with using too much TikTok. But we need to talk about the effect that Facebook is having on boomers. And if Congress is going to act, we got to start.
Yes.
Let's start there. I am way more worried about the 75-year-old on Facebook than I hit. Like teenagers are going to be weird no matter what happens.
Thank you. I didn't see a bunch of dancing 14-year-olds try to overthrow the federal government. Okay, I didn't see a bunch of people dancing to Drake, trying to, undermine democracy.
I was just talking to my homeboy about this, and I was like, "Yo, in the past 2 years off of Facebook, my aunts and uncles have been virologists." Military strategists, political strategists. I'm talking about in the past 2 years. I'm talking about people that have that I'm like, yo, I didn't even know you knew anything about viruses. Now you're telling me what Dr. Fauci should do. You telling me all this stuff. So I think you're absolutely correct.
Well, the thing about no-fly zones in Eastern Europe is that they know all about like the global history.
I knew he was in trouble, and I hope my mama doesn't listen to this. I knew he was in trouble when my mama called me talking about how the Ukrainians need to get their airplanes together or something. And I was like, what? What are you saying? She's like, yo, if Ukraine just had more airplanes, they would just wipe the floor with Russia. And I was like,
yeah, I mean, seriously,
Like,
send back a blank global map and just say, show me Ukraine. All these people who are experts on Ukraine politics.
Trying to get the black slapped off me, bro. Is you crazy?
But here's the thing. Social media.
I'm already scared enough she gonna listen to the podcast, bro.
And I know it's look. I do know it's easy to clown, boomers on Facebook for perpetuating conspiracies or whatever. But the same, you go to Twitter and you see a lot of millennials where it's like, okay, so. Here's my take on the geopolitical implications of the Ukrainian crisis and what you're missing. Thread 1 of 8. And it's like, and I click on the bio. It's like, is this a political analyst? Who is this person? Oh, just he's got a take. And if Zelensky would just read this thread, we could resolve this crisis, right? And it's like, it does make everyone kind of feel like not only that they have to have an opinion about things, but like I have to have the opinion about things. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Well, you spitting facts right now, dog.
All right, what else you got, Tyler?
Yes, well, speaking of what's happening in Ukraine, I did want to share some news from that, and this was, I thought, very interesting and also quite brave. A man by the name of Vitaly Vlasenko, he is the leader of the Russian Evangelical Alliance over in Russia, and he has released an open letter apologizing to Ukraine for his government's actions, asking for forgiveness and solidarity in the road ahead. I won't read the entire letter. It's pretty long, but it's posted over at relevantmagazine.com. But he said, in part, quote, I mourn what my country has done in its recent military invasion of another sovereign country, Ukraine. In the worst case scenario, I could not imagine what is now being observed. Now, remember, you are not supposed to be saying stuff like this over in Russia right now.
It's illegal.
Putin has made it illegal to spread spread what they call fake news, which is anything that contradicts the Russian government's narrative.
If you use the word war, you could be arrested. Yeah.
War, things like it's officially supposed to be a military operation, a special military operation, and a liberation, really, from what Putin is saying. Liberating Ukraine from its fascist its Nazi overlords, and so the very fact that this leader, that this pastor is referring to this as an invasion, as a conflict. He refers to Ukrainians' fears of occupation. That's a very big deal, and he's taking a very significant risk on himself. Other Christian leaders over there have been fined. There's some reports even of people going to jail because of talking like this. So it's a very, very brave move. And, as to what sort of effect this could have, it kind of remains to be seen. There's still a lot of things happening over there, and it's changing very, very quickly. But protests like this from inside the house, from Russia, are certainly the thing that has the most possibility of affecting any sort of actual change within the country of Russia.
That's a lot different from that billionaire that put a hit on Vladimir Putin a couple weeks ago.
Didn't Elon challenge him to like a one-on-one fight yesterday? Yeah.
Elon Musk challenged him to I don't think Elon won it with Vladimir. I mean, look, man, you made an electric car. Relax, bro.
Elon's got Tony Stark. He would come out with some sort of weird, this human superpower that he had some neuro chip that released, some sort of steroid in him or something, I just love that. I don't know
if that'll still work. This man, Vladimir Putin, be out here with no shirt on in the dead of winter on a horse riding around. I don't know.
Wrestling bears.
I don't know if it's an event. Yeah, I don't know.
I love how Elon Musk too just interjects himself when there's an opportunity. It's like when those kids got stuck in the cave, and he was like, "Well, I'm just going to save the day with the submarine," and they're like, "It's not going to work." And it's like, so we need to take care of Vladimir Putin and his impulses. I'll just fight him. Like, that'll do it. I will fist fight Vladimir Putin and end this thing right now, right here. Yeah.
All right. Well, what else you got, Tyler?
All right. Last story of the day, and I'll be interested to hear you guys' takes on this. You guys know there's kind of a musical biopic craze in Hollywood right now. You got an upcoming Elvis documentary. You got a Bee Gees biopic coming out. Obviously, we have, and this is in addition to like Johnny Cash and, a bunch of the recent, like, people love seeing their favorite musicians on screen. Elton, of course, yeah. So we got a Madonna Aretha, one in the works right now. Madonna's getting hers coming out. Yeah. So now we've got another one, but this one's a little bit different. So this is going to be a biopic of Billy Joel, the piano man, who we do love and who has a very interesting life story, and I'm sure it would be but the reason this one is going to be different, Billy Joel is not involved in this movie. He has not granted permission to the movie to use his music, his likeness, or even his name. Nevertheless, they are forging ahead with this movie, which is going to be called somehow The Piano Man, and we'll see if that changes. It's being written, and this is interesting, it's being written and directed by this guy, Adam Ripp. He is the son of Archie Ripp, who was the first producer, Billy Joel's first producer, before he moved on to his much bigger and far more successful career later on in his life. But the son of his first producer, who he was kind of like a moderate talent under, is making this movie. And they say they're not too worried. They don't know what the music is going to be like in the movie just yet, or how they're going to tell the story. But he's very excited to tell it, and says it's going to be. He's sure that it'll be an interesting chapter in the Billy Joel's career, willy whether or not they can actually tell
use his
story.
name. So what do they call him? Willie?
I don't know.
Willie Cole?
Bill Joel.
Jilly Bowl.
What happened to his life?
Odd.
How do you lose the rights to not just your music, I get, but your name? Like what kind of deal did he sign? Was Billy Joel just really hard pressed up? Yeah, at some point, and they're like, "We want it all, Billy." Then he's like, "My name? It's ours, Billy."
Wait a second. So,
but did he give it up?
Nah, that's what I'm saying.
No.
I don't think he gave it up. I think
Billy Joel still got all the rights.
Oh.
The movie doesn't have the rights.
So this filmmaker is trying to do a biopic. He can't use his name, his music, or his likeness in any way,
or his likeness.
But they're going to do a biopic of his story.
It just sounds like this is a dumb decision.
Sounds like a big stretch.
It reminds me of, remember in 30 Rock when Jenna gets cast in the Janis Joplin biopic and they have to call it Jackie Drump Chomp? And because they don't have the likeness. It's the exact same situation here.
They don't have any of the licensing.
Bill Jojo or something, whatever they would.
Yeah, I was going to say, this doesn't smell right.
They're
like, listen, we found a legal loophole. It's just any time in the movie you say Billy Joel's name, you have to say it in air quotes. It's "Hi, Billy Joel." And legally, we are in the clear, to my understanding, at that point.
Wow. Well, there's a lot more where that came from. Check out Relevant. We're publishing updates all day, every day. Follow us on all the socials and make sure that relevantmagazine.com is part of your daily web browsing. Thanks, Tyler.
Thanks, guys.
All right, that'll do it for the buzz. Stay tuned. Up next, Ryan Reynolds joins us.
Hey, no, I ain't playing. Smile on my face, make up with the fans, but still I ain't stand. On to the next city, stay on the road, gotta master the plan, yeah. Been on my way, I bust out a seam, they don't understand, yeah. Legend like Jordan, the game been in order, but still I ain't playing. Consistent, I press start to go, my flow timeless, inexhaustible. They can't keep up, it been hard to know how else feel. Ain't really took none of those. Can't complain, my lane been comfortable. Stamp my name on the brain of most of.
You're listening to Stephen Malcolm and Social Club Misfits. The song is Ain't Playing. Today's podcast is brought to you in part by John Mark Comer's book, Garden City, a book that speaks to the tension we all feel between work, rest, and purpose. The New York Times bestselling author John Mark Comer takes us to the scriptures to identify what it really means to be human and flips the script on the idea that who you are matters, not what you do. He shows that God created us for meaningful work and meaningful rest. Both matter. This book helps you ask and answer the big questions. Does God care where I work? Is there a direction for my life? So you can discern God's heart for your calling, your rhythms, and the way His Spirit wants to shape every part of your life. If you're longing for purpose and a more grounded way to live, check out the new hardcover edition of Garden City wherever books are sold. Well, today's show is brought to you in part by the new book, God, the Science, the Evidence. We talk a lot about faith, but how often do we talk about science in the same breath? You might be surprised to discover just how deeply the two actually agree. For centuries, science has been used to dismiss the idea of God, but today an intellectual revolution is underway. Modern discoveries in physics, cosmology, and biology are consistently revealing the same truth: creation isn't an accident. That profound reversal is what engineers Michel-Yves Bolloré and Olivier Bonassi investigate in their international bestseller, God, the Science, the Evidence. This book is a rigorous, evidence-based critique of materialism, inviting you to explore over a dozen scientific, philosophical, and historical domains. It shows that what was once seemed impossible, that science could point to a creator, is now supported by a vast and convergent body of evidence. With over 400,000 copies sold in Europe, this book is sparking a global debate. It's thoughtful, fascinating, and a powerful reminder that reason itself affirms the existence of God. Learn more and find out where you can purchase your copy today by visiting GodTheScienceTheEvidence.com. Today's podcast is brought to you in part by Erwin McManus's book, The Barbarian Way. Some books don't just inspire you, they confront you. The Barbarian Way, now celebrating its 20th anniversary, is one of those books. If you felt the pull of God towards something deeper and wilder than the safe, predictable version of faith that we settle for, McManus reminds us that following Jesus was never meant to be tame. It's meant to awaken courage, passion, and purpose God placed inside us. He draws from the wild stories of Abel, Noah, Moses, Rahab, and others to remind us that following God wasn't meant to be tame. Safe faith isn't working. Step into the story God is writing for you. Choose passion, choose boldness, choose the Barbarian Way. Available now wherever books are sold. Well, our guest today is Ryan Reynolds. You know, only one of the biggest movie stars in the world. He's been in hilarious movies like Deadpool and Free Guy. His latest movie is The Adam Project, and it's a different kind of story for him. Ryan sat down with Tyler to discuss why he was drawn to this role and why these are the kinds of stories he wants to tell moving forward. Here is our conversation with Ryan Reynolds.
You knew how to get in my dad's garage. You knew how to close the fridge. We have the same scar.
Right here.
And you're wearing my dad's watch.
This watch.
You're me.
So I was obviously super excited to talk to Ryan Reynolds for a lot of reasons. It's always fun to talk to guys like this, but I was especially interested after I saw The Adam Project, his new movie with Netflix. And it really, to me, seemed like a very different role for Ryan. It seemed like a different kind of movie than we've tended to see him in, something that's a little more sincere and has a little more of a heart to it than just sort of the snappy, mischievous rascal that he plays in most movies. So the first thing I wanted to know is what about the script appealed to him, and if he saw this as sort of a divergence from his usual lane, and he seemed to think that it did.
The last few years, have kind of been more about movies really entering that kind of escapism realm and places that, evoke a kind of a feeling that really just sort of takes us away and transports us. I mean, getting to do Free Guy with Sean Levy, who's also my co-producer on that, and The Adam Project. For us, it's kind of uniquely about a feeling, like creating a feeling of joy, or, in the case of Adam Project, really kind of creating that feeling of nostalgia and warmth, the kinds of movies that we grew up watching. They were movies that contained enormous spectacle and wish fulfillment, huge adventure and action and comedy, but weren't afraid to sort of punch you right in the heart. They weren't afraid to kind of go right for an emotional kind of spine that the movie possesses that really sort of stays with you in very real ways. I mean, growing up watching these movies over and over again, E.T. and Back to the Future and Goonies and Stand By Me, and these are all movies that meant so much to me as a kid, and that we wanted to sort of infuse as much of that feeling that we got from those movies into this.
Time travel exists. This world, our world, everything has already been changed. That's why we're going to put the genie back in the bottle. Adam? Dad.
Ryan is a dad. He and Blake have a couple of kids, and I was interested, since this movie is so much about fathers and sons and kids' relationships with their parents and adult children's relationship with their parents. I was interested if his relationship with his kids and his relationship with his father, who passed away somewhat recently, how that impacted his how he approached the performance here.
Well, the biggest pass we did on the script was myself and Jonathan Tropper and Sean Levy just kind of squirreling ourselves away in New York at my house and just, really kind of putting our own real life experiences into the movie. So that naturally lent itself to a real life vulnerability for me, which as I'm getting older, I'm not as adverse to. When I was younger, it's like, humor always worked as a self-defense mechanism. In this movie, it really works as an illusion, that thing that you think is kind of keeping you safe and distant and separate from everybody else is actually not. And, so I end up leaning right into the emotion of it. And, for me, it was an incredibly vulnerable performance because it really hit home for me. So much of what we're talking about my relationship with my own father in real life, who's now passed, is right on the screen there with Mark Ruffalo's character. So
I haven't been there for you, and I'm sorry, but I saw you being born. I watched you take your first breath. And after that happens, nothing is ever the same again. You're my son, Adam.
Something I'm always interested when I talk to actors about a movie that they've done is it's easy to talk about sort of the broad picture of the movie, the whole story put together, but I'm interested in what little things really stick out to them, what scenes feel especially important, because obviously they have a very different experience with putting this movie together than most people do who watch it. So I just wanted to ask Ryan what his favorite scene to put together to perform for the movie was, and I didn't get a chance to tell him this, but it was my favorite scene as well. And here's what he said.
Oh, there's so many. That's really hard to say. Honestly, there's a scene in the sort of end of the first act in the bar with myself and Jennifer Garner, who plays my mom. Weirdly enough, Jennifer Garner and Mark Ruffalo play my mom and dad in the film. But obviously, it's a time travel film, so I'm going back and I'm seeing them as peers instead of parents. We're all relatively close in age, but there's a scene where I'm having a conversation with Jennifer Garner, who plays my mom, and she doesn't know she's having a conversation with her adult son. And I think that scene really landed in a way that I wasn't expecting and was incredibly emotional. Yeah.
That was Ryan Reynolds. You can read more of our conversation with him in the cover story in the spring issue of Relevant, which is out now. Go check it out at relevantmagazine.com.
Holding on a hope, running on empty bottles. Time is passing slow, even though it's almost autumn. Running through my head, every thought is you and me across the sea. Waiting for the day when our love is more than madness.
You're listening to Tess Claire. The song is 16. Okay, it is, it's spring break still for some people, or maybe you're traveling back from spring break. You got some time with your friends, your family in the car. I thought we would do some conversation starters, some questions that maybe we'll ask the cast, and maybe you guys will ask each other, a little inspiration. So here you go. We'll go around the horn. We'll start with you, Jesse. What was the best year of your life so far, and why? Best year.
Ooh, the best year. I mean, I feel like the peak of not caring about consequences was probably freshman year of college. Like, that was the point where I felt like pretty invincible when it came to doing very dumb stuff without getting in trouble. Now, towards the end of that year, I started getting in trouble for them. But at the beginning of that year was peak. I feel like peak of my powers in terms of just being able to feel like I could get away with anything with no real world repercussions. Things dramatically change once you get into your 20s, and it's no longer fun and games. But I feel like right there, in the last year of high school, freshman year of college, you are nearly invincible. Everyone gives you grace because you're just a dumb kid doing dumb stuff. You get any advice to anyone who's listening at that stage? Do it all, okay? Do every dumb thing you think of.
I have a kid that age, and I'm like, stop listening, child.
This is your last chance. Listen. When you're 18 years old, it's a prank, not vandalism. When you're 25, it's a crime. When you're 18, it's a hilarious prank. Okay. Well, I stole a golf cart.
Gosh.
I stole a golf cart when I was 18. It was a big goof. Even the college security thought it was hilarious. You steal a golf cart in mid 20s or in your 30s. That's grand larceny right there. You're looking at minimum probation. So enjoy it now, kids.
Derek, what about you? What was the best year of your life so far, and why? Jamie, you're coming, so be thinking.
Best year of my life. I think it might have been my freshman year of college.
That's what Jesse just said. For different reasons, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I think my freshman year of college was great because, like at MTSU, this was my first time like being in a place where I somewhat felt not as odd. Like my school, there wasn't a lot of music people. Definitely wasn't many people that were into like rap or anything like that. And at MTSU, it's a music school, so everybody was doing rap, producing, doing whatever. So it just really felt like I made a lot of new friends and learned a lot in that year. And I didn't have a lot of responsibility. I was there on a scholarship too. So I think it was definitely freshman year of college for me again. Yeah, it was just connecting with a community of music people that like were into rap. I think that was that. So it was really fun. I mean, that was one of them. I mean, obviously the main ones would be, I also met my wife that year too.
Yeah.
So,
really?
Those are the obvious.
I met my wife. I met my wife. Yeah, it was beautiful. Yeah,
Jamie, what was the best year of your life so far?
Well, mine was not my freshman year of college because I was making some real bad decisions then, and I wish I could go back.
Do tell.
Oh, yeah. In fact, when people say, if I tell them I went to DBU, Dallas Baptist University, they're like, oh, maybe we were there the same year. And I'm like, I hope not. Dear Lord, please say you weren't there when I was there because you're going to have a very different memory of Jamie than then. Okay, so I think that besides the obvious, like kids and all that kind of stuff, 2011 was when I won a contest here in Austin to be a DJ on a radio show. And that pretty much changed my whole career trajectory. And so I'm going to give that as one of my best years ever.
That's
cool. Very cool.
Yeah. That is cool. What was the name of your program?
KVET 98.1. I was on the morning show with Bob Cole. There were three of us. We went live at 6 a.m. It was so much fun. I loved it.
What was your angle?
So it wasn't on the R&B station, the late night Quiet Storm.
I would have loved that. It's like Texas country, which is I love Texas country anyways. But on a morning show, listen, they give you characters. You're a character. Yeah. I was like the good girl, which is not too far off for me, but I was definitely the good girl.
It was around that time I had my first dabbling at KORU, which my show was quickly canceled. We only really had one segment where we would call a man in town named Larry Bird and ask him basketball questions, even though he just happened to be named Larry Bird. But
it was not the Larry Bird.
Well, I'm glad
they would go through the phone book and call famous named people and pretend like on the air, pretend like they were the actual famous person.
It was the only way we could promote big interviews. Tonight on our show, the Larry Bird's on, and it was not a lie. It just was a different Larry Bird who we found in the Tulsa phone
Larry
book.
Bird that lives
so
in.
So like on today's show, was it actually Ryan Reynolds or was it just somebody named Ryan Reynolds? Who knows?
Yeah, in Tulsa, suburban Tulsa, just a guy named Ryan Reynolds.
And we didn't even tell him we're calling. We would just call till someone answers. Yeah.
Are you, Jesse, we'll start with you. Are you a good date?
I'm a fantastic date, as a matter of fact. I mean, what I might lack in sophistication and taste, I make up for in theatrics and showmanship. When I enter, it might not be the fanciest restaurant, okay, in town, but when we pop into that Carrabba's, all right, everyone knows. I'll take a seat by the kitchen, please. Extra breadsticks tonight. It's like I said, what I make up for class sophistication and just culture. I try to be very boisterous during dates and just really. I make it a memorable. Let me say this: it's a night they never forget, for better or for worse.
What are they?
Everyone in the restaurant, everyone.
My wife currently. I'm just saying, mine.
I was okay.
Yes.
Pippin says Pippin been pippin,
Listen,
baby.
anyone who's on a date that night is not forgetting if they share a corner restaurant with me. I'm just saying. Everyone who's along for the ride that evening, it's gonna have a great time. So,
Derek, are you a good date?
I'm a terrible date.
Oh,
why?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess maybe I'm a good date. I'm very basic, so like I'm not the guy that's gonna do like all these different things. I'm not a romantic, so but I make my wife laugh a lot, so maybe I'm not that bad of a date.
Intentionally or unintentionally?
I think a little bit of both. A little bit of both. I think a little bit of both. Like
hey, do your thing, man, because I am the guy who shows up with flowers. I've thought out a really nice date, special memories, all the whole thing. And it has not worked out for me because I'm single. So, do your thing because it's working. So good for you.
I'm none of that. I'm like, hey, you want to go, hey, let's go down the street to this that little restaurant. And then we're going to go there and just make fun of everybody that's there. Like, that's kind of.
That's good.
We're going to go bully some people tonight. Who's in?
Jamie, are you a good date?
I'm a great date, and Aaron and I make great daters. Like we actually go on a date every week. We went on a date last night. Every Monday night we go out, and we like to try new restaurants. But I'm real easy because we sit down, and he's like, "What do you want?" And I'm like, "Just order a bunch of stuff." And I'm easy like that. Like get a bunch of stuff. I'll eat it. I like everything. Yeah, I'm a good date, I think.
There you go, Jesse. What would you like to be hypnotized for?
Oh man.
His eyes just got huge. His eyes just got really big. Am I allowed to say this?
Well, I was in this hot tub with some relaxation devices, and I was thinking about that. No, to our point earlier, it'd be great to be hypnotized out of liking things that are terrible for you. You know what I'm saying? Like if I just was hypnotized and developed an aversion to pizza or soda or things, I guess that would be pretty cool. That would be certainly easier than developing like self-discipline. That's so lame. Just hypnotize it out of me, Doc.
I like it. Derek, what do you want to be hypnotized for?
Can this be something to take away or an additive?
Jesse took something away, right?
I think I think it's either or.
Because I don't know what hypnotizing.
I don't know what you actually use hypnotizing
what is it?
for.
What does it do? That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I don't understand the concept.
I've only seen it on TV.
Hypnotizing.
I've seen ones where they do it as treatment for addiction. Like, okay, if you're addicted to cigarettes, they can hypnotize you to say that the taste of a cigarette is repulsive to you, and now you don't, and you don't want it, and whatever. Or I've seen it where it's like, okay, I am incredibly anxious in public situations. They hypnotize you to have less anxiety and more confidence into, you know what I mean? Like I've seen both as treatments. So, and I've also seen them make, a thing of like, you cluck like a chicken. So I don't know, whatever you want to do.
Just give me the cluck like a chicken then. Cause I don't know if I'm gonna be messing with no, like, you know what I mean? Like I want to lose weight, but I don't want sugar to taste like trash. So we just gonna, I'm gonna take the safe route and tell them just make me cluck like a chicken.
Okay. All right, Jamie, what would you want to be hypnotized for?
I want to be hypnotized from that when I walk in my house and I see all the stuff I asked my kids to do that they didn't do, that I don't see it. Like it just all looks like it's done. It's done. The dishes are up. Everything's cleaned up. I don't even see it.
That's really good.
Oh, that so this doesn't get better, Jamie, huh?
Oh, no.
Yo, I be in here frustrated, Jamie. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm like, yo, y'all are 10 years old, but you forget everything. It's like you have Alzheimer's already. Like, what is happening right now?
They don't forget the things they want to know, though. That's what I'm always saying.
When it comes to Fortnite, they can remember everything.
The new TikTok dance because the Chinese brainwashed them. But
there you go.
So they get the federal government involved.
They don't know how to do engineering, but they know. All right, Jesse, last question. Which part of your life is the most mysterious?
Ooh, wow. I would, I mean, if I reveal it here, it's not much of a mystery. Yeah. I mean, I don't know that I would classify anything as mysterious. I'm trying. That's a really. I'm pretty much an open book. I feel like I'm pretty much.
I can pivot. Here we go. All right. This one's a little bit of it might be a little heavy. What issues would be most likely to cause you a sleepless night?
Oh, Lord. I mean, almost any minor issue in my life, I can find a way to roll around all night with anxiety, thinking about. Yeah, I mean, but I would say the one that would most likely, honestly, if it were real talk, it's probably, it's sleep through the night most nights, no problem. All jokes aside, I think the thing that honestly is like sometimes I replay social interactions in my head because Cameron, we've been hanging out for the last couple of days. I'm a chatty person. Yeah. I feel like I talk almost nonstop, and sometimes I'll lay in bed and replay conversations I had with people. I was like,
really?
Did they misinterpret that? Did I say something stupid that I just meant in jest, or I was just trying to get a convo going, or I just kind of wanted to talk about something weird? Is that person, did I leave a bad impression on that person? Either I playfully made fun of them and maybe they took it the wrong way, or maybe I said something
Jesse,
that we misinterpreted.
They had just as many relaxation devices as you did. It's all good. They don't care.
What's your Enneagram number,
That's honestly
Jesse?
the thing I constantly think about. Yeah.
He's a 9.
What's your Enneagram number? A 9?
I think with the loyalist, I think. Is that it?
No, that's me. It's a 6.
A 6.
If you're a 6 and you're an Enneagram 6, I do that all the time as well. So that's another conversation for another day. But yeah.
Very interesting.
You go. Interesting. Mm-hmm. All right, Derek, what issues would most likely to cause you a sleepless night?
Wife and kids.
Oh, really?
Somebody hurt my family, or if they're in a situation that I can't fix, I'll be wrestling for sure.
Huh.
Yeah.
Jamie, what about you?
It's my babies.
Mine is definitely kids. I mean, talking about like, does it get better? The worries are different when you have, an 18-year-old and 17-year-old, and it's just bigger worries, bigger problems, bigger fears. And so mine would be kids, and maybe also big work decisions. I could second guess myself all day long. And so then I might be like, did I do that right? Yeah. And Aaron too, but like just with teenagers, it's like a whole nother thing.
All right. Well, there you go. There's just some conversation starting questions that you can try out with you and your friends on your road trip heading back from spring break this weekend. Well, before we wrap up, I want to thank Ryan Reynolds for joining us today. Make sure to check out his new film, The Adam Project. It's on Netflix now. It's great. And also, one last mention, don't forget, go check out Relevant Plus, our new subscriber-only plan where you get premium enhanced magazine, you get an exclusive podcast, you get a special subscriber edition of this podcast, ad-free reading at the website, unlimited articles, and so much more. You can go find out all the information by clicking the subscribe tab over there at relevantmagazine.com. Tells you all the plans. You can sign up monthly, get a big discount for the annual. There's a lot of stuff, a lot of info there. Go check it out. Also, make sure to check out the spring issue of Relevant. It's out now at the website. And remember, it's available ad-free and enhanced to Relevant Plus subscribers. And also, you can see the ad-supported version of the articles at Relevant. Just click there on the magazine tab. We've got great conversations with Madison Pruitt, Judah and the Lion, Channing Tatum, and so much more. We told you all about the articles last week. Make sure to go see it for yourself at relevantmagazine.com. All right. That's a lot. Man, we're packed. There's things happening. We're moving. On that note, we'll wrap it up. I'm Cameron Strang.
I'm Jesse Carey.
I'm Jamie Ivey.
I'm Derek Minor.
All right. Have a good week, everyone.
Thanks for listening to the Relevant Podcast. Check out our features, interviews, and news updates every day at relevantmagazine.com. And make sure to follow Relevant on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for the latest. For more great podcasts, browse the shows on the Relevant Podcast Network, which you can find at our site. And while you're there, don't miss the all-new era of Relevant Magazine. A new issue releases every other month at relevantmagazine.com.
Oh, it is. It is very strange.
Relevant Podcast Network.